Good evening, hello and welcome. You're with the news today, your primetime destination news, newsmakers, talking points. It's just 2 days since verdict 2024. But the big question we're raising tonight, has India's opposition finally found its voice? That's the question that I'm going to raise tonight on the news today. Rahul Gandhi has addressed another press conference alleging a stock market scam. We'll tell you more. Is this a bid to Gherao the NDA government from day one or even before it is sworn in? Also, very special with India's Gen Z parliamentarians. Two young women, both in their 20s, will be speaking to us. But first, as always, it's time for the 9 headlines at 9. Congress leader Rahul Gandhi levels stock market manipulation charge against Prime Minister Modi, and Amit Shah demands a JPC probe into the link between the exit polls and the crash on June 4th. BJP counters claiming Rahul is spreading fear of the markets charge. NDA allies flex their muscle. JDU seeks an Agniveer scheme review. Chandrababu Naidu submits 10 demands. BJP sources say the party will not cave in to unreasonable demands. Narendra Modi set to be sworn in as Prime Minister for a third term on June 9th. Maldives President Muizu among invitees for Modi's oath-taking ceremony. Big buzz for Rahul Gandhi to take over as Lok Sabha leader of the opposition. Congress mounts pressure on him after the party's improved tally. Other leaders have still not voiced their views. Maharashtra churn in Maha-churn in Maharashtra. Sources say 10 to 15 MLAs from Ajit Pawar's NCP in touch with Sharad Pawar's scam. NCP refutes the charge, claims all is well in the Mahayuti. High drama at Chandigarh airport after BJP MP and actor Kangana Ranaut claimed she was slapped by a CISF constable. Security officer now suspended. No relief for rape-accused JDS Neta Prajwal Revanna. Karnataka court extends his SIT custody until 10th of June. Karnataka Mantri B. Nagendra resigned from his corruption allegation. This after a government employee died by suicide for allegedly being forced into the scam. An India-origin NASA astronaut Sunita Williams rockets to history, becomes the first woman to pilot NASA's Boeing Starliner to space on a historic flight. But the story that's breaking right at the very top, there is already now the first example of what we are calling Maha-churn in Maharashtra. That's right, 2 days after that verdict of 2024, 5 MLAs have skipped a meeting called by Ajit Pawar's NCP. NCP claims all these MLAs have given valid reasons, but sources have now told India Today at least 10 to 15 MLAs from the Ajit Pawar NCP group are in touch with the Sharad Pawar camp. This follows what happened on Tuesday when Ajit Pawar's NCP won just 1 seat in the Lok Sabha polls, while the NCP Sharad Chandra Pawar won as many as 8 of the 10 seats they contested. So are we seeing the first break in a way in Maharashtra, a state that, remember, will have assembly polls as well in a few months from now? That's the big story that's breaking. Saurabh Bhaktania is joining me. Saurabh, much talk already that Ajit Pawar's group, a section of them in touch with Sharad Pawar ahead of the elections in Maharashtra in October, 2 days after Lok Sabha. What are you picking up? Could we be seeing some breakups and fresh patch-ups in Maharashtra?
Well, there is a very interesting chronology in this entire case. Let me tell you, after the 4th June of the Lok Sabha election results came out, since then till now, we have not seen Ajit Pawar in public domain. He has not given a single statement. There is no public appearance as well. Now, very importantly, after Devendra Fadnavis offered resignation from the government of Maharashtra post, now there is all is not well in the NCP party as well. What we are learning from the sources that around 15 to 18 MLAs are in direct touch with the Sharad Pawar camp and they've shown their willingness to join the party. Now, what has happened over here is that the NCP party is very much upset with its performance in the Lok Sabha elections of Maharashtra. Some of the leaders, Rajdeep, also believes that due to the huge loss in Baramati, that is the Ajit Pawar's wife, Sunetra Pawar, lost to Supriya Sule with a huge margin. And what they feel is that they did not get the support which was expected from their alliance, that is the BJP and Eknath Shinde Shiv Sena. They have also raised this particular concern with the BJP and the Eknath Shinde Shiv Sena. There will be rounds of meeting, but yes, they are very much upset with their performance, and some of the leaders are in the opinion that they should have been with the Sharad Pawar camp only. There was a core committee meeting which took place in the morning, but after Jayant Patil and all the leaders openly claiming the state that there are several MLAs in touch with Sharad Pawar camp, this meeting was called at the Trident Hotel. Right now, let me tell you, since 6 p.m. this meeting is still on. Ajit Pawar is inside, and then comes the news that 5 MLAs from the party are not present in this particular meeting. The party sources are telling us that they have cited personal reason, but 5 MLAs from the NCP Ajit Pawar camp are not present in the Trident Hotel right now in the MLAs meet, and it will be very important to see how things turn out for the state of Maharashtra, which will be going into assembly polls in just few months from now.
Okay, Saurabh Akhtania joining us there with the very latest. Appreciate your joining us. Lots of churning expected in Maharashtra on all sides. Remember, there have been 6 parties at the moment. Will they become 4 by the time the Vidhan Sabha elections come a few months from now? Now, just 2 days after the India bloc restricted the BJP to below that majority mark, Congress MP Rahul Gandhi took center stage once again. Rahul launching another attack on Prime Minister Modi and Home Minister Shah. He made serious accusations claiming the Prime Minister and the Home Minister had advised investors to buy stocks ahead of the results and saying that the markets crashed after the Lok Sabha elections were announced, causing huge losses to retail investors. He also questioned whether there were links between the exit polls and the stock market movements. The Congress leaders demanding a JPC probe into what he claimed was a stock market scam. The BJP is rubbishing this, saying the Congress party is simply spreading fear about the markets. Take a look at our top story.
Hours after the final phase of polling in Lok Sabha elections concluded, several exit polls predicted that NDA could win 400 seats, sending the Sensex soaring. On Tuesday, as the official numbers emerged, the BSE Sensex plunged over 6,000 points to the 70,300 mark, while the Nifty 50 ended at 21,884.50. Market capitalization decreased by rupees 45.56 lakh crore to 380 lakh crore, causing hefty losses to the investors. Congress MP Rahul Gandhi on Thursday called the crash deliberate market manipulation.
We are absolutely convinced that this is a scam. Somebody has made thousands of crores of rupees at the cost of Indian retail investors, and the Prime Minister and the Home Minister have given an indication to buy. And this is a criminal act.
Rahul posed direct questions to Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Home Minister Amit Shah.
This is directly the Prime Minister of India, Home Minister, who are privy to data on actual election results, who have IB reports, who have their own data, who are advising retail investors to buy stock.
The Congress leader has demanded a joint parliamentary committee probe.
We are interested in having a joint parliamentary committee, a JPC, to investigate the role of the Prime Minister, the role of the Home Minister, role of BJP members, and also those people who have done these fake exit polls. And finally, we want to understand who are the people, these foreign investors, who did these trades. So we want an investigation for that.
The BJP has hit back at Rahul, accusing him of creating fear among investors.
वो मार्केट के इन्वेस्टर्स को भी गुमराह करने की साजिश रच रहे हैं और अपने बयानों के साथ विदेश और देश के निवेशकों को एक भय के वातावरण में निवेश ना करें, इसके लिए उत्साहित करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं.
Just 2 days after results were announced, a newly energized opposition has gone to the front foot right away. With the NDA Sarkar dependent on allies, the opposition will try to corner the government in the coming months. Bureau Report, India Today.
Okay, now while the opposition is going on the offensive, the fact is Prime Minister Modi set to take oath as PM once again likely on Sunday. The BJP-led NDA government will form the government, but as we are seeing already, it has fresh challenges with a significant share for the opposition, as was evident in today's press meet by Rahul Gandhi. Meanwhile, NDA's key ally Nitish Kumar has placed the JDU's first big demand before the BJP, a review of the Agnipath scheme. And that's not all. There's a churn within the NDA camp. Both kingmakers Nitish Kumar and Chandrababu are reportedly eyeing plum posts in the cabinet. Not just Agniveer, even issues like uniform civil code, one nation, one poll could now be put on the back burner. So you're seeing lots of churning going on, and that's going to lead me to my top talking point tonight. Has the opposition found its voice with this election verdict? Is there a bid to try and Gherao the NDA government from day one? Is Indian politics finally going to become more competitive? These are just some of the questions we will raise. Joining me now, Ami Yagnik is Congress MP, Abhishek Jha is JDU spokesperson, Sanju Verma, the evergreen BJP national spokesperson, is with us. Riju Datta of the Trinamool Congress is also with us. Good to have all of you on the show tonight. I want to raise that question first. Has the opposition found its voice? Ami Yagnik, we saw Rahul Gandhi today come out all guns blazing, claiming that the Prime Minister, Home Minister are involved in a stock market scam, claiming that the crash was orchestrated and that you had the exit polls also being decided by the government in power. Is Rahul Gandhi now going to go for the offensive? Is this the way? Is this going to be shoot and scoot like it was in the past? Or are you going to base it on hard data, hard evidence now that you have so many MPs in Parliament?
Rajdeep, your question is very significant because last several years also Rahul Gandhi has been raising these questions, and there has not been any scooting or some kind of just shooting in the air. Everything was backed by data, and every time the issue was taken up, I do not want to take up all the issues today, but of course, yes, the JPC was demanded even last time during the last parliamentary tenure.
See, Rahul Gandhi says Prime Minister, Home Minister behind it.
Because,
in the past, he said the Adanis are, he kept targeting the Adanis, wanted a JPC allegedly into the Hindenburg case. I just want to know, is Rahul Gandhi simply now, after this kind of verdict with 99 seats, hoping that you will from day one try and Gherao the Prime Minister? Is that the aim?
No, not from day one. Before day one, the question is being asked.
Okay, I'm having a little problem with your audio. I'll try and come. But Riju Datta, since the Trinamool Congress was the first party to raise this issue, claiming that there is a direct link between exit polls and stock market when they went up, when they went down. Do you want to respond? Is this simply about trying and Gheraoing the Prime Minister now that the BJP doesn't have a majority on its own?
No, absolutely not. See, Rajdeep, the exit polls are an absolute scam. You guys did it. Every other people did it. Your pollster was seen crying on live TV. And after the exit poll, we have seen, you can search your archive also, the Prime Minister and the Home Minister talking about how this will affect the share market and how the share market will be booming. So there is some ghotala in all this. But the moot point, what you asked, is the opposition on the front foot. Yes, offense is the best defense. We have fought these people who have enforced their brute majority to choke the voice of the dissent. We have fought them on the streets. We have fought them on the road. We have fought them on the ground. And we have defeated them. And now we are not going to give them an inch.
No. All this is rhetoric. I want to know specific.
The ruling dispensation Yeah.
Go into specific.
No,
When you
let me
make
finish.
serious charges, when you all make serious charges that the Prime Minister, Home Minister involved in a stock market scam, you need to give hard, you're going to have to back that up. Are you calling
Yes,
for a
of course.
SEBI inquiry, SEBI investigation? What are you calling for?
See, the Congress party has called it JPC. Trinamool Congress has not yet declared what our demands are, but Trinamool Congress can officially say that the exit polls are a scam. The Prime Minister, in his all these fancy pre-edited interviews that he gave before the polls, he categorically mentioned when the results will come out on 4th, you will see what happens to the share market. After the exit polls came out, the share market boomed. And after the results came out, the share market fell by 6,000 points and 45 lakh crore of money of the general public of India was lost. Who's responsible? The Prime Minister, the Premier of this country, has to take responsibility, and the buck has to stop with him.
The BJP
And
lost
now,
the election. The BJP lost a majority in the election. Does that mean that the stock market is controlled? You seem to almost suggest that the BJP is responsible for their majority being lost, and hence the investors have to be careful. How is the government responsible if they don't get a majority and the stock market reacts in the way it does?
the government is responsible for everything. The government was responsible after their 303 brute majority by bulldozing laws in the parliament, controlling the media, trying to hypnotize the public of this country with all the fake religious narratives. Now what has happened, Rajdeep, and you know this, that in the parliament, the union government is answerable to the opposition and they should answer to the people of this country. Now they do not have that majority. Now there is no Modi Sarkar. It's a Mili-Juli Sarkar.
Okay.
He scratches now and he has to answer now.
Okay. Riju Jatta, you made your point. Now let Sanju Verma answer since she's being encircled by both you and Ami Yagni. Sanju Verma, first attack of this, even before the government is sworn in, stock market scam. How do you respond to this? Because there's some of the numbers which are given clearly suggest a crores of investors have lost crores of rupees.
You know, Rajdeep, let me be very clear. I heard Riju Datta going hammer and tongs at the union government. Let me correct him. And I'm not going to be humble. तीसरी बार भी मोदी सरकार ही शपथ लेगी 9 जून को. So please learn to digest the unpalatable truth. And since you're sitting here and saying Mili-Juli Sarkar, after being in power for 10 years, we are still at 240 seats. After being in power for 10 years, the Congress was reduced to 44 seats in 2014, 52 seats in 2019. And if I take that they are today at 99, that still means that 2014, 2019 plus 2024, Congress's overall tally is still 195 seats, much lower than BJP's standalone tally of 240 seats in one single Lok Sabha 2024 election. इसलिए यहाँ बैठकर मोदी सरकार को भाषण मत दीजिए, पहली बात. Now let me come to the moot point. Stock market scam, says Rahul Gandhi. I want to tell you one thing, Rajdeep, very quickly. Because I have worked in the stock markets, you know, as an investment banker, selling equities, derivatives to foreign investors, selling the India story. So I can say with a lot of confidence, I know more about stock markets than virtually anybody else on this panel here, with full humility. What was the market capitalization of the BSE in 2013-14? It was 92 lakh crore. And after the volatility that we've seen in the last 72 hours, as we speak now, the market capitalization of the BSE is still 426 lakh crore, which means in the last 10 years, under the Modi government, the market capitalization has risen by 334 lakh crore. 334 lakh crore has been added to the wealth of retail investors, to the wealth of high net worth individuals, and to the wealth of corporates. So, pehli baat, if you are going to talk about 30 lakh crore, I will remind you about 334 lakh crore. Point number one. Rahul Gandhi, I want to ask you one question. Do you remember the date? The day was 25th January 2023. The Hindenburg research report had come out. One day prior to that, on January 24th, 2023, the Adani Group had a market cap of more than 21 lakh crore. Within a few hours of the Hindenburg report being released, the Adani Group stocks lost more than 10 lakh crore in market capitalization. Did Rahul Gandhi apologize to the retail investors who invested in Adani Wilmar, Adani Enterprises, Adani Green Energy, Adani Power, Adani Ports, Adani Total?
No, how is he responsible again? You see,
Can I finish?
the problem here is that there is a distinction. You cannot use, you're using a very poor analogy, ma'am. No, you can't. No, madam, you can't. How is what happened with Hindenburg equated to what happened just before the elections? They are claiming that there is a connect. Just a minute. They are claiming exit polls come out on a Friday. The markets therefore pump up on a Monday with the belief that the government will reach 400 par, and then they crash the next day when the reality actually comes of much lower numbers.
Can I please finish?
Yeah, please, quickly.
I'm very politely asking you, can I finish my point?
Yes, please.
Why does this always happen? Are you saying everything that Riju Datta said is the gospel truth?
I have not said that. Madam, I have not said that. You drew an analogy between Hindenburg and this. Where is the comparison?
Can I finish, Rajdeep Sardesai?
Yeah, but please, let's keep the volume low. Let's keep the volume low.
I will keep the volume low if you extend the same courtesy that you extend to the other side.
I will ensure
and
that.
this is not being offensive.
I will ensure that,
ma'am. Please do not make this about you and me. Now,
I will ensure that.
Let me finish.
Yeah.
I will now tell you why I brought up the Hindenburg issue. Because please understand, Rajdeep, Rahul Gandhi was not taking pot shots at Adani, and I'm not a spokesperson for Adani. I don't care. But Rahul Gandhi said, Adani to sirf bahana hai. The State Bank of India, which is a public sector bank, LIC, which is basically owned by and large by the government, these two were lending recklessly to the Adani group, and that is why they are making losses. People who have deposited money in SBI or have deposited money in LIC or taken out LIC premiums, these people are going to suffer. And do you know something? I saw so many journalists, I was there on every debate, they would ask me questions on Adani. Not a single journalist asked Rahul Gandhi, why are you blaming State Bank of India, which was a loss-making bank in 2014 under the Congress? Today, State Bank of India makes annual profits of more than 65,000 crore. Not a single journalist asked Rahul Gandhi that the very LIC, whose credibility you are undermining, today has an asset base of more than $500 billion and is the fourth largest insurer in the world.
Let her finish.
Today, LIC, Rajdeep, you will be very happy to know as an Indian, forget our political ideologies. Before coming on your debate, I was very happy to know, can I just finish in 10 seconds? I was happy to know that something which has never happened in post-independent India, and your audience needs to hear this, you will be very proud of the Modi government. Today, there are 3 Indian banks which are amongst the top 50 globally. State Bank of India with a market cap of more than $786 billion. ICICI Bank with a market cap of $300 billion. And HDFC Bank with a market cap of more than $487 billion.
How is this connected, madam? Madam, sorry. Now I've given you a free run, but the question that you have asked is the allegations are specific to what has happened between Friday, which was the last phase of polling, and what has happened on Tuesday when the results came out. That is what I want to understand. There is a sense that there is a chronology there according to the opposition.
There is no chronology.
Okay, you believe there's no chronology, Riju Datta. What do you want? Madam, with a new government, let's keep the decibels down. This is now Milli-Julie. Let's be Milli-Julie. Milli and Julie. Keep a little bit lower. Riju Datta, please respond.
Thank you. See, Rajdeep, the problem
and a quick response, please.
Yes, and the quick response is, I'm not going to do a monologue. The 5 of us on this panel, including you, Rajdeep, we do not represent the majority of Indian voters. When Sanju Verma and BJP spokesperson patronize on India Today, they forget when demigod was predicting 2047, he still had to dole out 80 crore rations. And when you have to dole out 80 crore free rations for the people of this country, then you're not a developing economy.
Put your voice down. Sanju Verma, you will not intervene anymore.
Yes,
no more interruptions on this show.
Yes, and point number 2, I want to start from Sanju ji and all BJP spokesperson. After 4th of June, the independent media of this country will not be controlled by Hiren Joshi and his WhatsApp. So please try to evolve.
If you have
please try to evolve. Please try to evolve.
Okay, let Abhishek Jha, who's listening patiently. 1 minute. Abhishek Jha, JDU. Today, while this stock market crash was being raised by alleged scam, as Rahul Gandhi called the stock market crash, you've got the JDU saying Agniveer scheme ko review kar do. Agniveer scheme has to be reviewed. Is this also your part of now slowly but surely every day some new demand that you're going to put on the Modi government? Government is not even set up. You're already saying Agniveer scheme ko review karo. That's what Rahul Gandhi has been saying all these days. Abhishek.
It's not like that, Rajdeep. The basic thing is that we have said, our top leaders have said that we have showed our unconditional support to this NDA alliance, this NDA government. Pradhan Mantri ji again is going to take oath as the next Prime Minister of India. And the thing is that on a specific issue, our party can have a different stand. And this is the beauty of our internal democracy of NDA, that we can just speak of reviewing any scheme which has been launched earlier by the central government. You should not connect, or anyone should not connect it with this.
So it's not a demand. It's not a demand. You're not saying ki review it, otherwise we will leave the government. You're not holding the government hostage. Am I clear?
No. We have never done pressure politics. We have never believed in this blame game politics or blackmailing politics. It's just that one of our leaders has said this, but the party top leadership has clearly mentioned that we have expressed our unconditional support to this government. It's not like a demand. It's just like a part of.
Okay, it's what you believe is your agenda.
Kind of demand,
let me come back. Let me come back for a moment then to Ami Yagnik. Ami Yagnik, I come back to where I started. It seems that the opposition believes that now that they will have 234 members of India Alliance, now that Mr. Modi is dependent on allies, now you want to Gherao him. You see, when you speak about a stock market scam, at the end of the day, we have the Securities and Exchange Board of India, SEBI. SEBI will presumably may or may not order an inquiry, but that's in the realm of SEBI. There are issues involved when you start suddenly coming overnight and saying it's a scam without even the investigation taking place, without any inquiry taking place. That's my problem when I say at times that the Congress seems to have decided that now let's go hell for leather, even though the fact is, as Sanju Verma pointed out, that the BJP has got far more seats than the entire India Alliance put together.
Your question itself is the answer. That is why the investigation is required and by a JPC, because none less than the Prime Minister, the Home Minister and the Finance Minister have given tips after the poll. The market has crashed, 30 lakh crores have been lost. And
I must intervene. They didn't give tips. They said, no, they expressed the hope that they will get a big majority and the markets will go up. That's their view.
Let me complete. Let me complete, please.
Yes.
And that is why all this requires investigation, because what is the common thread? What is the common intention? And what is this criminal act of suggesting that, well, you all people should invest in stocks? That is what the Prime Minister comes and speaks after the poll phase is over and the markets rise. And then you think that, yes, 400 par ka nara diya hua hai, so we are going to win. But you know in the heart of hearts from all your reports that you are going to lose, and yet you have played this game, and that is why a JPC, and that is why the opposition parties will definitely ask whoever is going to be in the government that yes, we want a JPC. There has to be an investigation, because this is definitely a scam. An investigation can be done only by a JPC, and the JPC may definitely take the help of SEBI and other agencies. So that is the issue here, and you also yourself have answered by posing this question that why are you asking for an investigation? Yes, there should be an investigation.
You know,
none less than these high-placed people, the citizens of this country are are reposing their faith in them. Their statements should say such things, and then
should there be Sanju Verma, you said you know, just a minute ma'am, you made your point. Sanju Verma, you said you know more about markets than any one of us in the panel, and maybe you do. Is there a need to call for some element of transparency? I'll tell you why. I meet a number of my friends who are on Dalal Street are worried that when it comes to politics, they worry whether there are politicians who have specific interests in the market, who have specific traders who are working closely with them, and whether there is some kind of a nexus. I've been hearing this for a few years. I've heard it even before the BJP came to power, but now those allegations are pretty serious, and often the market operators seem to know more than we do, even in TV studios. Do you believe that there is a need for transparency? When the Prime Minister, Home Minister, before the election verdict say, market will go up to a certain level. What is the message they are sending out? Should they have even been speaking about these issues?
Rajdeep, now you asked me a lengthy question. Let me respond, because you have been honest that, you heard from your so-called friends on Dalal Street that, there is a politician stock market nexus that is prevalent. Now, I will just say this to you. If you're going to blame, and first and foremost, I will tell Riju Datta, हिरेन जोशी जी के बारे में बोलने की रिजू दत्ता ना तो आपकी औकात है ना तो आपकी हैसियत है. Stop making uncharitable remarks at Dr. Joshi. Now keep quiet.
Reduce voice down, but avoid. Go ahead, Sanju Verma.
Thank you. Because Rajdeep, I did not make it personal. I expect the same courtesy. I will not tolerate this kind of nonsense.
Okay, please focus on what I've asked you.
Let me be very clear. There used to be a politician broker, stock market broker nexus. And I'll tell you when. The biggest stock market scam till date in India's post-independent history happened in 1992. Within a few months, 55% of India's stocks saw their market capitalization being reduced to nothing, and market capitalization was wiped out by 55 to 60%. It was the Harshad Mehta scam. The Congress was in power. The second biggest stock market scam in 2009, when Ramalinga Raju of the Satyam Computers Group was fooling everybody, running a Ponzi scheme under the garb of running an IT company, and the Congress chose to keep quiet. Finally, PricewaterhouseCoopers, which was the auditor of Satyam Computers, said there is a scam, and the Congress had to order a probe. And the third biggest scam happened right under the long and incompetent nose of Manmohan Singh, P. Chidambaram and Sonia Gandhi, when P. Chidambaram allowed a few brokers to set up their servers within the NSE premises. It is infamously called
Madam, you are giving me the past history. I am asking, ma'am, please. Ma'am, this is the question that Rahul Gandhi posed. Why did the Prime Minister and Union Home Minister give specific investment advice to investing in the stock market? Why were the interviews given to the same media owned by the same business group, which is also under SEBI investigation for manipulating stock? What is the connection between the BJP exit pollsters and the dubious foreign investors? These are questions that are should be answered or not?
20 seconds. Thank you so much. Rajdeep, chalo, maan lete hain Prime Minister and Amit Shah, both of them gave hypothetically advice. That's what you're telling, right? This is not about you, but this is a very important debate. My voice should not be scuttled. मान लेते हैं प्रधानमंत्री और अमित शाह के कहने पर आप कहते हो 30 lakh crore का नुकसान हुआ है. If Narendra Modi is going to be blamed for the 30 lakh crore that was wiped out in the last 24 or 48 hours, I want the opposition, I want Mamata Banerjee, Rahul Gandhi to give credit to Narendra Modi and Amit Shah for the 334 lakh crore of additional wealth that was added to the Indian stock markets in the last 10 years. You can't have your cake and eat it too. And my last point is this, because I know, Rajdeep, even you have investments in mutual funds, so do I. Just very quickly, in the last 1 year alone, real estate stocks up 133%, public sector banking stocks up 89%, capital goods stocks up 77%, auto stocks up 75%, energy stocks up 71%, healthcare stocks up 58%, metal stocks up 50%, technology stocks up 32%, and private banking stocks up 24%. Rahul Gandhi ji, इतनी wealth create हुई है पिछले 10 सालों में लगभग 350 लाख करोड़. आपके पेट में इतना उबाल क्यों है?
Okay, final word. Riju Datta, the ups and downs. Effectively, ma'am, your time is up. Effectively, what Sanju Verma is saying, ups and downs of the market are part of markets. You know, if you invest in markets, you take the risk. That doesn't mean every time the markets crash, it's a scam.
No, I agree with what you are saying. But if the markets boom up before fraudulent exit polls because they were towing the charcoal line by the demigod, and then it crashed after people's verdicts come out, then obviously people will point a finger. Ki ye dal mein kala nahi hai, pure dal hi kali hai.
That's Yes.
So no. It is not just a suspicion. My party is not talking about JPC now, but what my party will say is that we believe there is a huge scam where people have lost the money, the rich have become the richer, who are friends of the BJP, and the people of this country have become poorer because of Narendra Modi.
Let's leave it there. I've heard all sides. And what I can say is the original question, has the opposition found its voices answered by this debate? Clearly, it has found its voice. The BJP is set to form the government. The opposition has formed its voice. And maybe that's what the voter wants. He wants the BJP-led government, but he also wants an opposition that has found its voice. I thank all my guests joining me here on my talking point there. We'll wait and see how that plays out. Will there be now JPCs appointed, or at least inquiries done into some of these allegations being made? Let's turn, therefore, to the face of the new parliament, because the good news is many new young faces have made it to the parliament in this election, including 25-year-old Shambhavi Chaudhary, secured a victory in Bihar's Samastipur Lok Sabha seat. She's one of the youngest MPs, in fact, the youngest in this parliament. And then Samajwadi Party's 29-year-old Ikra Chaudhary making headlines for a spectacular performance in a tough Lok Sabha seat in Kairana, defeating BJP's Pradeep Kumar by a massive 5 lakh votes, a margin that few would have expected in that tough seat. And let's meet two of our young netas who have starred in this election. Joining me now is 25-year-old Shambhavi Chaudhary. She is one from Samastipur on an LJP ticket. And also joining me is Ikra Chaudhary, Member of Parliament from the Lok Sabha constituency of Kairana on a Samajwadi Party ticket. Lovely to see both of you. One 25-year-old, one 29-year-old. Shambhavi, let me start with you. You're a graduate of what, LSR College, and you in a sense were seen as an outsider by some, but you've done remarkably well. So how does it feel to be an MP at 25?
First of all, thank you for having me. Thank you to the entire team, and I would also like to take a moment to congratulate my counterpart and welcome her on the show as well. It's been a good learning experience, is all that I can say, and I've got to learn a lot. Being in electoral politics, when you read a lot about it, but when you're on the field, you have a completely different experience, and I'm glad that, I could get this experience at this age.
It is quite remarkable to become an MP at 25. Has it all sunk in at 25, or at 25 life is, you're just living in the moment and living your dream?
A lot of people ask me that how does it feel, and I tell them that I haven't got the time to really sink in with the fact that I've actually won and now I'm a member of parliament. But I'm thoroughly enjoying every bit of it, and with the celebrations, I also understand the responsibility that comes along with it, and I'm ready to work hard. Definitely life starts at 25, and I think this is a new life. It's a new chapter in my life, and I've got this wonderful opportunity to serve the people of Samastipur, and I'm delighted to do so.
Ikra, what about you? You've even been at the School of Oriental and African Studies. You've been at SOAS in London, and here you come back. The London-educated Ikra comes back to Kairana and scores a victory on debut. Must feel very, very special.
Yeah, I would also like to thank Shambhavi and welcome her, and thank you so for having me. It's been a surreal experience, and I don't know, it still hasn't sunk in yet, and it's such a big responsibility. I'm nervous, excited, a lot of feelings mixed together. It's not yet sunk in, like I said. So, but it's been a great learning experience. We've gone through a lot of ups and downs through before this, and we're finally here. So I'm glad that our party has also done well in UP, and it has emerged as the third largest party in the country. So it's all good for now, but we hope to make it better. So hopefully that will happen.
Ikra, you come from a family where your mother was an MLA, your father was an MP, your brother's been an MLA. So does politics run in the blood? It's a question I'm going to ask both of you, because I know that Shambhavi's dad is also a politician. But to you first, Ikra, does politics run in your blood? What made you leave London to come to the heat and dust of Kairana?
No, that was not the plan. I never thought I would be in participatory politics. Although, like you said, I had always seen it around me. So naturally, I had an interest in it and inclination towards it, but not in a participatory manner. My interest was more into academics and political. I wanted to do my PhD, and that revolved around electoral processes, but I could not be able to complete that. So I came here on a vacation during the second wave of Corona, and then one thing led to the other, and the situation at home was such that I was in a way put into this situation to manage the household as well as the politics of my brother. He was the MLA that time. He was implicated under false cases, and that's how the journey began. In very adverse circumstances, but God's been gracious and we've managed to win one MLA election, and the second is this 24 MP election. So when I entered it, after that, naturally the interest began, and I realized that I could also do it. So and then party offered me the ticket, so I plan to take it head on, and we've been fighting BJP on ground for about 3 years now, and I'm proud to say that we managed to defeat it twice. So
you're from a party that's taken on the BJP. Ikra, you're from a party. Shambhavi, you're from a party that is a partner with the BJP. Your father is a JDU minister. Does politics, same question to you, politics run in the blood? That if dad is a politician, then beti ko politician banna. You've gone to Delhi School of Economics, LSR. You might have thought of being an economist, something else with life.
Most definitely politics does run in my blood. I'm a third generation politician from my family. My grandfather was also a politician. My father was also a politician. And you know, ever since childhood, I've seen my father, my grandfather serve the people of their constituency. And I was greatly influenced by it because I thought it's a great thing to have people who believe in you, who trust in you, and to have that power where you can transform lives and change societies. I think it's a big thing. Being in politics, definitely, you know, you're a catalyst of change. You can bring about a change. The constitution, the people, they choose you as a representative, and you have the whole, you have that thing in your hands where you can transform lives. So definitely, I always wanted to get into politics, but I never thought that I would get the opportunity so early. I feel I'm really privileged, and I'm really excited for what is there in front of me and what comes to me.
Okay, let me ask both of you this. Ikra, you first. Let's have some fun. What's the best thing and the most difficult thing, Ikra, of being a politician? What do you enjoy the most about being a politician after having given up a PhD at SOAS? And what's the most difficult thing?
I think it's the same thing both ways. So I enjoy being with the public the most, and especially amongst women, because the constituency that I represent is a very rural and backward constituency. So women are not involved in the electoral processes. So I make it a point to interact with them, to go to them, especially because they're not available in the baithaks, or otherwise also they're not available in the political programs that we hold. So I make it a point to go inside the household, and I'm always excited to hear what they have to say about the politics, and it's always entertaining to engage with them. And
the most difficult thing, the best thing is the women, interacting with women. Yeah, you know, in a place like Kairana, what's the most difficult thing?
The difficult thing is also you have less time and so much to do. It's a big constituency, and there are so many expectations, and people want you there all the time for their grievances and for their happy moments. But it's difficult to make time, I think. So I think that's the most difficult thing. You want to do a lot more, but sometimes time constrains you, and I think that's the most difficult thing also.
Shambhavi, what's the best thing? What's the best thing and the most difficult thing about being a young politician, woman politician in Bihar at the age of 25?
I think the most positive thing is that, when you go on the field, people look at you with aspirations and dreams in their eyes, and, you have the capacity to fulfill their dreams. It's also about meeting new people, having new experiences. Every day we meet new people. Every day we get to interact with different people who come from different cultures. I'm a sociology student. I've always been interested in reading about people's cultures and understanding their emotions. So I really enjoy that part, meeting new people, definitely. And the most difficult thing I would say is that for me right now, it's definitely how to draw a fine line between what is public and what is personal. I'm still trying to wrap my head around, the whole fact that, okay, now I'm a public figure and I have to have a certain model of conduct, and how to draw that line between the personal life and the public life. That I'm finding a little difficult, especially being a young politician.
Ikra, you're breaking every stereotype. You're a young Muslim woman in Kerala who's obviously got both the Muslim and Hindu vote to have won a tough constituency like that. Is that also part of the joy that, look, the world needs to know that there are young Muslim women who can win in constituencies like Kerala and Uttar Pradesh?
Yeah, I think my winning is a testament to the fact that we've managed to bridge the gap that BJP tried to create, especially in this area after the riots in Muzaffarnagar in 2013. So I think this win is a testament to the fact that we've tried to establish the bhaichara here, and that's my hope that we keep it intact and strengthen it in the coming years, and take everybody together, take us all forward in every way that I can through the platform that I've got. So I'm very grateful, and I feel honored to, represent this constituency, especially as a Muslim.
I'm going to ask both of you, though, a final question about, so what do how do you unwind then? You've gone through this tough election with a lot of heat and dust. Most people would say at 25, 29, you've got all kinds of other dreams. So how do you unwind? Shambhavi, you just said difficult to separate the personal from the public. How does Shambhavi now, how will you relax? Are you going to relax at all? Or are you just now looking forward to the next challenge of entering Parliament?
Honestly, I'm really excited about entering the next chapter, and I haven't really got a lot of time to unwind. Having said that, that's the first part I said, that, when people ask me, I say I still have not come across the whole fact that, okay, now I'm a member of Parliament. But if I do get half an hour or 45 minutes in a day, I like to spend that time with the pets that I have at home, and with my family, with my husband. I think, we forget, when we are in public life, we often forget the people who make us and people who take us there. So whenever I have some time in hand, I like to spend that with my family, with my pets, and I'm a huge animal lover. So definitely, whatever little time I have, I like to read with all the pets around me, and I like to watch maybe a movie or some show. That's how I'd like to unwind.
Ikra, how are you unwinding after this tough campaign?
Unwinding hasn't happened as of yet. Like Shambhavi said, it's all going in a rush, and there are a lot of emotions at play, and a lot of people coming to meet us, to congratulate us. So we've been spending time like that. But whatever time that I've gotten, I have also managed to get some time away to sit with the family and analyze the whole process, the whole feelings, and also till now I haven't got time to unwind, but as and when we do, I think it would happen through social media or movies. I think that would be it.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to ask you all your role models in conclusion. Ikra, you have a role model, someone whom you say, I look at a person, maybe Indian, maybe across the world. Any global Indian role model for you?
In politics?
Politics or anything, life, politics, someone who inspires you?
There are quite a few people. I think my brother, when he was in jail, I had a chance to meet Mr. Sipal, and he really inspired me. And I think he's a great person. He helped us immensely. So I think, because I'm also a law student, so I have great admiration for him. And I think politically, my interest has grown because of my father, and he's no more with us. So I often get to hear inspiring stories about his time and his work from the people, and that drives me most of the time in this field. So I think that would be it.
Okay. Anyone who inspires you, Shambhavi?
Definitely my father, not only as a politician but also as a person that he is. He is somebody who has, the world always teaches you about the good things and they always stand by you when you're in your good times. But my father has taught me how to deal with the bad times being in politics, because the only reality of being in politics is that you will have good times but you will also have bad times, and he has taught me how to deal with the bad phases in life. And other than that, I think I really look up to Chirag Bhaiya, our party's national president. He is somebody who has held the party despite the split. His father passed away, and the way he conducted himself, the way he conducted the entire party, the way he basically rose from ground zero. I think that as a politician is something that I really look up to, and he has got a 100% strike rate in Bihar. Our party has got 5 on 5 seats. So I really think that if I want to become a politician later in life, I would really like to be somebody like him.
Well, you have become a politician early in life at the age of 25, and Ikra, you become a politician, full-time parliamentarian at 29. How wonderful to have both of you here, and I wish all of you the very best as you enter the hallowed portals of Parliament. I hope you will do your family and the country proud, and your voters who voted for you, you will satisfy all their dreams and aspirations. I wish both of you well, and wonderful to have you on the show. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Wonderful to see these new faces, and I'm told across the country there are several young politicians who won the election. That's great news for Indian democracy. I want to leave you with our image tonight, and that's Indian origin NASA astronaut Sunita Williams rocketing to history, becoming the first woman to pilot NASA's Boeing Starliner to space on another historic flight. This is Sunita's third space mission, and she keeps soaring all the time. We wish her well. Stay well, stay safe. Good night, Shubhratri. You stay on the ground. Bye for now.